This boy was crossing the road thinking about his parents when a truck hit him and transported him to another world. At first, he cried a lot in this new world and wanted to run away, but after seeing something that made him hopeful about returning back, he adapted to this world. On the battlefield where tons of people die, he tried to balance what his comrades did with justice. He vaguely learned leadership and courage which he didn't know when he was just a normal person. While fighting with the monster, he was just thinking about his parents and wanted to see them. As time passed, one of his comrades died on the battlefield. He was really sad, but quickly controlled his emotions and started his journey. Finally, he was sitting outside the castle where the Demon King was residing. Before entering, he wrote a letter to his parents which he knows he won't be able to send, but he wants them to pray for him to complete his journey. With that, Min-soo entered the Demon King chamber and after a long fight he defeated it. He returned to the kingdom with his companions. The people of the world celebrated his return and cheered him. They are really happy because now their world is free from the Demon King. During the celebration, Min-soo's companion urged him to stay in this world, but Min-soo decided to go back. He felt sad because he has to leave his companions, but he's happy that he's going to meet his parents again. After some talking, Min-soo's companions wished him a happy life and sent him back to his world. 3 weeks later in Seoul, Min-soo was standing in the middle of the road with dead eyes. He thought that he might have saved the world, but he couldn't save himself. When he returned home, a new owner welcomed him. During the 8 months he was gone, he heard that his mother had died in a hit-and-run accident while handing out flyers, saying he couldn't have left his house. After his mom's death, his father, who blamed himself for being unable to protect his family, committed suicide. In the end, Min-soo's father's death became a newspaper issue, and Min-soo's missing person report was stuck at the end of the news story. The police classified him as a missing teenager, and his school had expelled him. His friends left him after making some random excuses. When he had nowhere to go, he went to his uncle's home, where instead of getting welcomed, he got beaten by his uncle. His uncle blamed him for killing his own parents and his uncle's sibling. Now, Min-soo didn't have a place to stay, no money, no family, no degree, no social life. He had nothing left. He started crying, thinking he saved so many lives, he risked his own life to save others. He wondered why he was deserted. As he was thinking that, a big guy bumped into him and then started bullying him. The big guy's girlfriend started laughing loudly at Min-soo, calling him a loser. Suddenly, Min-soo looked at the big guy and asked, "Why aren't you sad?" Crying, Min-soo asked him if he's not sad because he didn't save the world. At that moment Min-soo said that he realized what he had to do now. He wants everyone to feel the same as he's doing. Hearing all that random bullcrap, the big guy got angry and grabbed Min-soo from the head. As he did that, Min-soo raised his hand and said, "Answer my call, Sword of Durant." At that moment, when the big guy was confused and the girl was laughing loudly, calling Min-soo a fool, a sword landed right beside Min-soo, turning the big into a meat paste. Seeing that, the girl got scared and now shouted loudly, no longer laughing. Min-soo cleared tears from his face and said that it's unfair if he's the only one crying. He said that he's the hero, he should be the last person to be sad. As he was saying that, armor started forming around his body. And after a moment, the whole armor formed and he grabbed his sword, saying he should be rewarded. Saying that, he slashed his sword with full force, causing a big explosion. When the dust settled, we saw that the large area of Seoul had completely evaporated. 3 weeks after the hero's rampage. Outskirts of Gyeonggi province. Everyone has thought about the world going extinct at least once, whether it's caused by a nuclear war, natural disaster, or a zombie apocalypse. But no one thought the world would end like this. A family was sitting in a car, trying to evacuate from this place, but the traffic jam's so heavy they're barely moving. The little girl was crying and asked his brother where they're going and why they're leaving dad behind. Big brother got a message from his dad to meet at Busan, so he told the girl they will meet their dad once they arrive. As he said that, a motorcycle passed them at a high speed. The officer stopped the bike in the middle of the road and announced that the hero was on their tail and had come extremely close to them. He said to everyone to leave their car and move forward on foot as they don't have much time left. While the officer was still announcing, a tank fell on him and killed him instantly. Everyone immediately left their car and started running after seeing that. Right now, the world is slowly meeting its end by the hands of a hero. In the middle of the crowd, a boy named Jung-soo was running while carrying his sister. Behind the crowd, the hero landed on a bridge. On top of the bridge, everyone is dead and now it's the turn of the people who are on the ground. Min-soo looked at the running crowd and wondered if they were struggling in hope that they would get away alive, and called them disgusting. Saying that, he jumped down the bridge to begin the massacre. At the same time, Jung-soo, who was carrying his sister, accidentally bumped into someone, which caused the teddy that the little girl was holding to fall. The girl suddenly grabbed Jung-soo's hair to stop him and told him that her doll fell. Jung-soo told her that it's not time to pick up some toys, but the girl didn't listen. She said that that teddy was a gift from her dad, so she doesn't want to lose it. With no choice, Jung-soo put the girl in an abandoned car and went back to retrieve her doll. As he laid on the ground to pick the teddy from under the car, the hero arrived between the crowd. He raised his sword and swung it with full force, slicing everything in front of him. All the people died with just one swing, and the building fell down. Because Jung-soo was lying on the ground, he survived. After picking up the teddy when he got up, he was devastated to see the scene in front of him. He moved forward, trying to find his family. He had just taken some steps when he noticed his little sister's hand. He moved the pieces of stones from her and saw that his little sister had turned into a pile of blood. At that moment, a hero appeared behind him. Jang-soo looked back, and when the hero saw his eyes, he said that he has good eyes. The hero tells him that the eyes he possesses belong to someone who has lost everything. Min-soo said to him that his eyes look exactly like his own eyes. Eyes without any hopes and dreams. Suddenly, Jung-soo picked up a big rod and jumped toward Min-soo to kill him, but Min-soo grabbed him while he was still in the air. While crying, Jung-soo said to the hero that he's going to kill him. Hearing that, Min-soo asked him how he's going to do that and then pierced Jung-soo with his sword. On this day, Jung-soo lost everything to the hero. He wondered if he's going to die without being able to do anything. He apologized to his family for not being able to do anything and then closed his eyes. The next moment, a girl woke him up. When he opened his eyes, the girl was relieved that the hero had come back to his senses. Now, Jung-soo has been transferred to another world and will become a hero, the thing he despised the most. 1 year after the hero's rampage, the government fell apart. Just like Min-soo, people who were missing during the same time periods returned as heroes. The 9 heroes who conquered the lands split the land amongst themselves for Min-soo's soul. This was how the world came to be as it is today. Jeju Island, territory of the Golem hero. Inside the warehouse, many people were sleeping on the ground. Suddenly, a girl said that she wanted to die. Hearing that, the girl beside her asked her to stop saying things like that. While the both girls were talking, the door of the warehouse smashed open and a big hand entered. The hand asked everyone to get up and told them it's time to start work. The hand started repeating that if they want to live, they should get up and move on. As the people walked outside, the hand counted everyone to make sure all the people were present. There's not only one hand, there are many, always observing everyone who lives on this island. The next moment, all the people were standing on the school's ground. And in front of them, all the hands were lined up. The people were feeling really cold, but they had no choice but to stand here. After a while, a guy walked in. And when the guy appeared, the hands moved to quickly create stairs for that guy to walk on. This person is the hero of the golems, Woo-jeon. As he flicked his fingers, the sand gathered and formed big speakers. A mic made out of sand appeared in front of Woo-jeon, and he started talking. He said that on today's agenda, women will be gathering food, men will be working construction at the Sage Tower. Before Woo-jeon completed telling the work, he stopped and asked them why everyone looked so dead. He asked them if they didn't want to work. Nobody said anything in response, so Woo-jeon talked. He tells them that they should be grateful to him. He tells them that if they had gone into the territories of the vampires or the faith heroes, they would have become blood sacks, crazy religious people, or experiments. When nobody said anything again, Woo-jeon got angry. He wondered if he's being too nice lately. Then he moved fingers, seeing that people started shouting and running. As he flicked his finger, all the big hands also flicked their fingers. Because of the huge impact, many people turned into donuts and died on the spot. Surprisingly, this girl named Soo-min didn't run away. She stood on her spot without moving, and luckily survived the massacre. At that moment, Woo-jeon shouted, asking everyone to move on and start their work. With that, everyone who was alive went to their work. Noticing that Soo-min's speed of collecting tangerines was really slow, an old lady came to him and poured the tangerines that she had collected into Soo-min's bucket. Seeing that, Soo-min asked Granny how she's going to complete her quota now that she gave all of her tangerines to Soo-min. She answered that she has spent all of her life collecting tangerines, so it's not a big problem for her. Now that Soo-min quota is complete, the sweet granny asked her to go for a walk. Without wasting a moment, Soo-min picked up one tangerine and went for a walk. After some walking, she reached the ocean and started eating tangerine while watching the ocean. Suddenly, she started crying because her friend died in the massacre that happened this morning. While she was crying, she heard some footsteps and looked toward the forest. A military officer walked in front of her and asked her if she had something to eat. Soo-min gave the officer whatever she had and then watched the guy eating. After eating everything, the officer grabbed Soo-min's hand and asked her if she had something more to eat. The officer said that he had some companions with him who hadn't eaten anything for quite some time. When Soo-min answered that she didn't have anything, the officer asked her to gather something for them. Soo-min was really worried and said that she would be in danger if she got caught by the hero. As she said that, she realized something. She asked the officer if his companion eats something and replenishes their energy, will they fight the hero? The officer answered yes, saying they have no choice but to fight until death. Hearing that, Soo-min looked toward the eye floating in the sky. This eye works like a camera, slowly rotating and seeing everything on the island. She noticed that the eye was looking in a different direction, and calculated that if she returned to the forest now, she might be able to get something. Without wasting a moment, Soo-min went back, gathered some fruits, and then came back running. But when she returned, she was shocked to see the hero waiting for her. The military officers, for whom she had brought the food, are already dead. The big hands have squashed them to death. Right then, a big hand came from behind and grabbed Soo-min. Soo-min was really confused and mentioned that the eyeball didn't observe this area yet. Hearing that, Woo-jon said, "Release the invisibility mode." As he said that, thousands of eyes covered the sky. She was thinking that there's only one eye seeing the island, but there were thousands, seeing every inch of the island at once. Woo-jon started laughing, saying he was only playing around. Seeing him laughing, Soo-min shouted angrily, cursing him. Woo-jon asked her to blame her inability. If she thinks it's unfair, Woo-jon asked her to just become a hero. Or the second option that she had was to console the heroes who were suffering. At that moment, as the hand's grip tightened, Soo-min shouted, asking for someone to help her. Right then, a beam of light fell onto the nearby hand, destroying it. When the smoke settled down, we saw Jang-soo holding a spear. Jang-soo looked around and after seeing the scene, he asked Soo-min to explain everything to him. Before she could answer, Woo-jon shouted angrily, asking him why he infiltrated his region. Seeing Woo-jon's reaction, Soo-min realized that the person who just appeared in front of her isn't related to the hero party. Thinking that this is her only chance, she started explaining everything to Jang-soo. She pointed toward Woo-jon and said that he's the underling of the sword hero and has trapped many people here. She reveals that he has massacred many people and even military officers. Hearing all that, Jang-soo decided to ask one last question. He looked toward Woo-jon and asked him if everything the girl said was true. Hearing that, Woo-jon arrogantly answered yes. Without wasting a moment, Jang-soo took his stance to fight. Woo-jon also prepared all his big hands and eyes to start the fight. All the eyes shot lasers toward Jang-soo and all the big hangers moved forward to grab him and crush him. Jang-soo easily destroyed all the big hands and then jumped toward Woo-jon to attack him. With no hesitation in the eyes, Jang-soo severed both of Woo-jon's hands. Woo-jon fell to the ground shouting in pain. But his shouting stopped when Jang-soo kicked him in the face and then pinned him down. Jang-soo pressed down on Woo-jon and asked him if the sword hero the girl spoke of is the hero with the white armor. Woo-jon answered that he doesn't know. Jang-soo didn't want that answer, so he cut down one of her legs and asked him again. This time Woo-jon answered yes. Then, Jang-soo asked him about the location of the sword hero. Woo-jon again shut his mouth and refused to answer, so Jang-soo severed his second leg and asked him again. Instead of answering, Woo-jon asked him to spare. Jang-soo straight up refused to spare, but he said that if Woo-jon answered all his questions, he would let him die painlessly. At that moment, Woo-jon smiled and hundreds of golems appeared behind Jang-soo and launched an attack on him. While Jang-soo fights with those golems, two big hands work together and pick up Woo-jon from the ocean. As he was getting lifted up, he remembered the time when he got teleported to another world and a lady asked him to save her world. Woo-jon agreed and after saving the world, he came back to his original world. The first thing he did was he went back to his home hoping to get welcomed. But contrary to his expectations, his father asked him to get out of his sight. Like Min-soo, Woo-jon was also not welcomed anywhere. He didn't have a home to go back to, he couldn't even get a job because he was a minor. Even when he got a job at the end of the day, owners refused to pay, saying that they can't give work to a minor. In the present, Woo-jon was huffing with pain. He didn't want to die because he finally got his world. As he was thinking that, Jang-soo has destroyed all the golems that Woo-jon sent to attack him. In the end, Woo-jon summoned all of his golems to launch his most powerful attack. Seeing that, Jiangsu also took his stance to launch his own strongest attack. Both attacks collided and in the end, Jiangsu's attack was stronger. It pierced through all the golems and also Wujian. This was the final moment of the golem hero who destroyed Jeju Island and the UN naval fleet. At the same time, the world that Wujian saved. Wujian's companion and the town people created a statue of Wujian and prayed for his happy life in his world. But in his world, Wujian has turned into Toji and died.